first performance was for Mr. Gay Indianapolis. I didn't start out doing shows or a talent thing. I started out doing a contest and I ended up winning.
I started out at C Street and then I became a headliner over at Emerald City Lounge, which is now closed. And now I'm a current headliner here at Chester Street.
I started out as a male performer. I would go out there and dance and not strip, but you know, I guess kind of Justin Timberlake meets Gaga, I guess per se. And then I started doing that, and then I slowly and gradually started doing drag one day.
When I was 18, I went to a gay club and I did a drag show, and then I won money. So I was like, you can win money for dancing around in a dress, so now it's my career.
I do data processing for the Medicaid for the state of Indiana through a company, and I also go to one of the major colleges in Indiana.
I have a full-time job and I also have my own makeup line, which is called Transformation Time. It's up and coming.
This is all I do for a living, so this is every day, all day for me.
When it comes to my drag life, I don't give out full specifics on where I go to college or where I work, just because I've had some issues in the past. Some jobs were not okay with it, so I had to separate the life completely.
A lot of people do not understand drag, and they feel like at the end of the day it's against, you know, Christianity and religion and all that, but I feel like at the end of the day, I feel like it's just a hobby for me, you know. What you believe is what you believe. I'm not trying to disrespect it, but this is what I enjoy doing.
I grew up Catholic, and my mother is I'm also Mexican, so my mother is very traditional. So me being gay for her was already a big thing, and then when she found out I was doing drag, it kind of like, I guess it was a letdown for her, because you know, our tradition is you're a male and you know, you grow up and grow a female and have kids, and you know, the whole gay thing doesn't exist, the whole drag thing doesn't exist. So it's affected me since I started, and you know, to this day, she can't accept that I do drag, but sometimes she'll, you know, give me a hug and say good luck tonight. So I mean, she's slowly opening up to it.
I'm also a transsexual, so I live my life every day as a woman, and so that's like really cool, because like during the day, not a lot of people know, you know what I mean, because I try to blend in, and then at nighttime, obviously, I try to stand out. So that's also like a really cool thing, because you know, it's just like two different worlds, and it's really, really cool.
As a male entertainer especially, we are perceived as sluts, and we are very much considered undateable in the gay community.
I've dated guys before who don't like, you know, that I do drag, and you know, it's also been, I guess, a bump in the road when it comes to dating, because like I said, you know, a lot of guys don't want to date drag queens or, you know, male or female impersonators.
I can say I've grown a lot. I've had a lot of people within the industry to, you know, help me get to where I am today, with abilities as in makeup and performing.
I think it's like with anything, you just get better and better and better, you know, the more you do it, the more comfortable you are, you know, trying new things.
I went from being an introvert to an extrovert. It was almost a complete 180. I still get shy a little bit at times, but it made me actually come out of my shell, but also it helps me realize that I don't really have a limit on my potential.
Every performance is, you know, a performance to remember, you know, getting the opportunity to meet people and perform with them and, you know, learn from others. So, I mean, that's pretty much what I do it for, and I enjoy that.
I make a lot of connections because I travel a lot, so I connect with a lot of people, and I've had people tell me, you know, I was having a bad day, but I watched your show, or, you know, we wanted something fun to do and we saw you on stage, stuff like that. So it's amazing. It really changes your life.
I want each of my numbers to tell a story, and my biggest fear is for people not to understand it or don't get what's going on.
My biggest fears was messing up, wig coming off, or yeah, something like that.
My biggest fear would probably be knowing cheering when they announce your name.
If something's gonna go wrong, it's gonna go wrong. You can't be scared about it. It's gonna happen. So
my favorite part is, I think, every entertainer's favorite part. There's no real name for it, but what I refer to it as is the Beyonce moment, when you're doing so well in your number and you have the entire crowd like breathless and waiting on your next move, and you just feel this rush of energy and power, and you're so in tune with the music that everything is just perfect at that moment.
When I was little, one of my biggest influences was Selena, and so I remember being little, listening to her music, pretending I was Selena, and doing little twirls and the hip movement and everything. So I guess I'm not, on a stage in front of 20,000 people, but in front of the few hundred people that are here, I feel like I can release that inner kid in me that at one point in time wanted to, be Selena.
I think everyone should try drag once, at least, so understand what we go through, because a lot of us make it look easy, but it's really hard. But I said I was going to do it once, and 7 years later, here I